wanangu. So child of. That's where the word mwana comes. So funzi come from the word fundisha, which means teaching. So a child of teaching. That's how maybe African translated anybody who is being taught is a child of teaching, which means is a person learning to be taught. So that's how Swahili derive the word mwanafunzi. Are you okay?
Yes, yes. So from the mwana of the child.
Yeah, mwana the child.
Okay.
Yes. Mwana the child is mwanafunzi. Because if you cut the mwana could means the child. And funzi is actually, the main word is fundisha or funza. So when you say funza, it means teach. Funza is teach. So a mwana is basically the child who is being taught. I think maybe that's how Swahili tried to view anybody learning or anybody being taught to be a child who is being taught. You see, sometimes it's very important also we go extra mile to also learn how some of these words were, the etymology of the words, how did the words come to be. And that means that Africans view anybody learning as a child who is being taught. So that's where the mwanafunzi came in.
Okay. That is why it is now the plural of the wana now. The wana thing.
Yes. Because the wana also, if it's your children, you say wanangu. Wanangu, which means my children's. Wanangu.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the children of the taught. These are the children of the learning, of the teaching. So you are the children of teaching. I'm a child of teaching, which means I'm a child who's being taught, and now we are children who are being taught.
Okay. Got it.
Thank you. Now, hope will enable me to go to the next slide a bit. It will take 10 to 15 minutes. That ought to be our main lesson for today. But I think this greetings lesson was very important. Now, in my next slide, I'll be talking about pronouns, which I'd intended to say today, which will be the basic word for today. So the pronouns, the first pronoun is I. Now, when you say I in Swahili is me, me. Me, me. Can you repeat after me, anybody who can? Me, me.
Me.
Yeah, me, me is the I in English. I. It means I'm referring to myself. I, me, me. Then you is wewe. Wewe. Let's try again. Let me take you slowly. Me is me. That is me. You can either say it's me or it is I. Based on how you want to refer it. But me is I or me. I myself is me. Then wewe is you. Wewe. Then yeye, it is her. This is a third person pronoun. So this is the first person pronoun. If you know now the pronouns, there's the first person pronoun. When you say first person, it means yourself. First person pronoun is me. The second person pronoun is the person next to you. This is the second person pronoun. Then you have the third person pronoun, which is ye. This is the third person pronoun. So in terms of distance, where you are seated now, where you are, Karen, yourself is the first person pronoun. So you say me. If there's somebody next to the seat where you're seated, just next to you somewhere in the room, that person is wewe. That's the second person pronoun, wewe. If there's somebody in the same house but in a different room, not from where you are, that person becomes ye. It's the third person pronoun. So it's mimi, wewe, ye. Mimi, wewe, ye. Hope you're together there. Mimi, wewe, ye. Now, that is the personal pronouns. Now, the plural of those personal pronouns, for example, the first person pronoun is the plural of mimi is sisi. So this is still first person, but now it's plural. Now when you say plural, it means mimi is me, I. But when you are two here where we are seated, we say sisi. It's me and my friend here, so it's sisi, us. You can either say us or we. It's sisi, we here, sisi. Then you there, which is wewe, now it's nini, the you. Now the problem with English here in the plural, English, the second person pronoun in English is you and it remains you, whether it's a singular person or plural. So if someone say you people, you come here, if you're one person, the same person will tell you, you come here. If you are two people or three, what will this person say? He will still say, you two come here. So you'll either have to have the word two or three, or all of you come here, which means he's now trying to quantify that you're more than one, you're many, by using two, all. But Swahili has a clear distinction. When we talk of wewe, which is you, when you are two where you're seated, like as I'd given the initial example, if I'm seated alone, where I'm seated, I'll say it's Mimi. If I'm seated by my friend together next to me where we are seated here, we'll say it's Sisi. Now at the far end of the house, maybe at the table there or the other side of the dinner, just next to the same room where you are, there are two people who are also seated there. If it is one person seated there, you'll call them wewe. If there are two seated there, you'll call them nyinyi. Now the third person who is not within this room probably is in the next room sleeping somewhere. If there's one person sleeping there, you'll say yeye. If there are two people sleeping somewhere there, not within this room, but either the other room, you'll say wow. Wow. So mimi is me, I. That is first person pronoun in singular. The plural of mimi is sisi. Wewe is the second person pronoun, which is you. The plural of wewe is nyinyi. Yeye is the third person pronoun, which means him or she or her, whatever. The plural of that is wow, they. Any question there? Just on that.
Yes. The yeye is either he or she. So how would I know it is he or if it is she?
Now, in terms of referring to persons, Swahili doesn't have gender separation. While English doesn't have that specific inclusive word, now it separates him or she. For example, Swahili will say, yeye anakuja, which means that person is coming. Yeye, that person is coming. Now Swahili will not go extra mile in its description to say that the person is coming is a woman by saying the word she is coming. Now when Swahili says when English says she's coming, the English has gone extra mile to define the gender of the person coming. But in Swahili, we don't go extra mile to define the gender. We just say the person is coming. Now you can ask me now, I'll say, for example, yeye anakuja, which means the person is coming. Then you'll ask me nani, who? Then I'll either go to the gender by saying msichana, which means a lady, or mfulana, which means a man, or kijana, which means a youth. I will not say a she or he. So Swahili doesn't have a clear she or he in Swahili. Even though we say a female person is called mke or kike, and a male is mume or mwanaume. So we don't have a clear she, he somewhere here. Or the her and the him. You see? hope that's helped, Sister Agnes.
Yes, that means after saying the person is coming, there has to be another question to follow, like the name or something. Then you will be able to tell whether that is a male or female.
No, yes, you might have a rejoinder question. But for example, maybe for you to say the person is coming, maybe you are having a conversation already about the person. You see? For example, you are saying, you know, that lady, she's this and this. So you mean the person is not here. It's not present where you're speaking. Then somebody say, but then he is coming or she is coming. When I say she is coming, already you know it's a she. You still ask again who. As much as I've talked of the gender is she is coming, that still do not give the exact name. Which means when you're saying a she, you are implying to somebody who was already, the name was there. For example, Mary is coming or Agnes is coming. So I'll not say Agnes is coming, I'll say she is coming, you see? Which means I've used she to represent the name of Agnes. But she now has been very sensitive to the gender of Agnes. You're seeing that? So already the person we are referring to have in this state of the person we are saying is coming, already somebody we have been conversing about. That's why I say she's coming instead of saying Agnes is coming.
Okay.
Yes. Any question in regards to that as well? Or any clarification or any comment? Okay. Now those are the pronoun. Those are the basic pronoun you need to know. Mimi, wewe, yeye. Sisi, nyinyi, wao. Now let's go to demonstrative pronoun. Now demonstrative pronoun in this case, we are trying to demonstrate where something is or referring to something. Now in this case, the first one is this. When you're saying this is he, this. But most of the time, this is mostly used for non-living things. It might not sometimes mean feminine in so, but it's a non-living thing. For example, you cannot refer to a person, a living person, as this. So I cannot say this. So I'm referring to Agnes. For example, we're talking, oh, who has actually wronged you? Then I say this person. In Swahili, it's wrong to say this person. Because Swahili has a word this in two categories. One, there's a this for a living person, a human being. And for a human being, you not use the word he. You'll say who you instead of he. So I'm still referring to this Agnes, but I'll not say this Agnes as the word he. When I say he, I try to demean your value, your status as being. I'm like trying to equate you to any living thing, like this table, this seat, this car, this guy. No, we don't say that. Swahili is very sensitive in terms of two categories. So Swahili will say who you, Agnes, not he, Agnes. When I say he, Agnes, I have devalued your worthiness as a person. I've reduced you to something like a living thing, like a seat, a table, or anything else. But when I want to refer to a seat, for example, someone will ask you, what has gone wrong or what has broken? I'll say, he Kitty. This seat, he Kitty. So I'll use the word he. I will not say who you Kitty. I'll say he Kitty. And I think this is also common in our tradition. That you cannot refer to a human being like a this. The word this sometimes mean either an living thing. So we have he, and not very well, anytime you'll be using a demonstrative word he, you'll be referring to non-living things, things that don't have life. Even insect, we will not say he insect. We will say huyum dudu. We value the livingness or the worthiness of that being. Whether it's an insect, it's a cow, it's a cockroach, it will be huyu, it will not be he. But when you're referring to non-living things, whether they're a car, a table, a chair, a tree, we'll call he. Hope that's very clear. Now the plural of he is now his. If you realize, English only have one word. It's this. It's this both for living things and it's this both for non-living things. And the plural is these, which is ESE, both for living and non-living. And I think this is something that we need to value very much. Then this, I think, is also something that we need to do as psychological research a bit for those who are doing research on psychology and educators. Because if a person's language do not have value of living thing or do not have a categorization of a living and non-living, maybe that's why those people see us as non-living thing. They think we are valueless because to them there's no any appreciation of a value of a being when they're trying to describe or demonstrate a being. To them, it's both the same way they used to demonstrate or to refer to a cow, to a seat, to a chair, to a table and a TV is the same way they used to refer to a human being. But in our culture or Swahili culture, we bring that appreciation of the value. We'll never call any living thing a he. We'll call it huyu. And the plural of he is hizi. So I'll say hizi viti, these seats. Hizi viatu, these shoes. Hizi gari, these cars. For huyu, which is living thing, I will say hawa watu, hawa watoto, hawa wanyama, hawa, anything living becomes hawa. Any question with regards to demonstrative pronouns or comments? I think there's something very distinctive there that somebody should either comment on something based on what I've explained. But any concern, any question, let me know. Silence means everybody is contented with this. It's okay. But I hope you have noted the differences between a he and a huyu. That's very important. That differences is very important for you to note that difference between a he and a huyu. We are not like the West, which everything is this.
Yes, my teacher.
Yes, Amuka?
Yes, may you the clarification on ama nyinyi. Nyinyi ama nyinyi.
Okay, yes, the word ninyi. Most of the text, some Swahili texts have the word ninyi, but some of them have the word nyinyi. Of course, as I've said, Swahili has dialects. So yes, it's very important to raise that. I think you've done a rejoinder on that. So you'll find some texts use the word nyi and nyi, while some texts use the word ninyi. Any of them is correct, Brother Muka. Of course, what we have formally most of the time we use is the nyinyi of ny. But ninyi as well is correct. It's a dialect of Swahili. Is that okay, Brother Muka?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yes, I know we are commonly used to the word nyinyi of ny. But that's I think ambassadors here. I've seen ambassadors here. Ambassador Zia Benja. Ambassador Benja? Yeah, you're audible. Ambassador. Can you hear me, Ambassador? Can you hear me, Ambassador Benja?
Hear you, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
I wanted you to comment as well on the question that Amuka has asked on the word nini or nini as we refer to the plural of. Which one is correct, the nini or nini? Because from my teaching and knowledge, both are correct based on the dialect.
Indeed, both are correct, and they can be used alternatively, either nyinyi ama ninyi. So the two words are correct, sir. Just go
Thank you.
ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted you also to clarify that. But of course, it's very important to bring that aspect of nyinyi because it's a commonly used one than the ninyi. Of course, ninyi is used in another advanced level of Swahili, but nyinyi is very common. So maybe when somebody come across nyinyi, they won't be confused. Ah, we were told ninyi. So just for them to be assured that both nyinyi or ninyi is correct. They're same.
Or even in the most Swahili people will use the word nye, nye, to
Yeah,
correct
they
nyinyi.
Yeah, most of the Swahili people will tend to use the word NY, nyinyi.
Yes.
But nyinyi is also correct in that context. So when you come across NY, don't say, no, it was NI. NY is also correct, and it's most used NY than the NI. But both are correct. Thank you for that, Ambassador. I was
Okay.
asking, yes.
Yeah, I have a question. Who you is for living things. However, who is masculine. Now, the living things, for example, like if I say who Agnes, this is living thing who is whatever. Can I say who James?
No, it was. Let me just correct the aspect of feminine here. Of course, the word feminine being used might mean a female, but that's not it. So let me just take away the word feminine and masculine here, just that you don't get confused. But I think for us to bring the clear difference here, I'd rather equate it by the word living and non-living. So let me use this one as the word non-living for not to confuse you. Non-living and this is living. So you are correct to say who you Dennis. You are correct to say who you
Okay.
Agnes. You are correct to say who you Pigeon. You are correct to say who you Kama. But you are not correct to say he Dennis or he Pigeon or he Onyango. It's incorrect.
Okay. It
Because
means
both
the person is annoyed.
no, when you say like that, as I've said, it's like you devalue their worthiness. It's like you reduce them to a seat or a table.
Things.
You reduce them to things rather than living thing. It's things. So you've reduced their value from being a human being to be things. So
Oh,
it's more of insulting indirectly by calling me a thing, this thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what it brings to the mind of a person. So it might be very disrespectful. So it's very correct to say who you Agnes or Hawa. When it's Agnes and Ambassador and Amuka together, now you say Hawa. So it can be hawa vijana, hawa watoto, hawa walimu, hawa wanafunzi, but it can not be hizi wanafunzi or hizi vijana or hizi whatever. That's very disrespectful.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to end it here a bit on the two aspects that are remaining. There's what you call indefinite pronoun. So you say indefinite pronoun, these are pronouns that do not give exact reference of person you're trying to refer to, the exact reference. So when you say mtu, it's indefinite. We don't know who you are referring to. So mtu means someone or person. You can either use the word mtu to mean someone or a person or just a person. While there's the word kitu, which means something. It's very important I bring it here now. So mtu is a person or someone. So it's indefinite. It's not definite to a specific person the pronoun referring to. So I'll say mtu fulani or mtu anakuja. A person is coming. So we have used the word mtu to replace the name of that person. We didn't know the person's name. So we just say mtu anakuja. So mtu. There's kila mtu. Kila mtu in this aspect means everyone. Is my sound okay? Somebody saying the sound is too bad. Let me know if I'm audible. Once again, can somebody confirm if you can hear me?
Very audible.
Yes.
Okay, I get complaint via the chat, so I always try to check if either me how is my voice that is not audible, so that I don't lose you in the process. So maybe the person need to work on their sound quality. Robert, please work on that. Now I've said mtu means someone or a person, so you're not definite. That's why we call it indefinite pronoun. When you say kitu means something, you're not specific on what that is. It's just something. Kila mtu means everyone. When you say everyone, it's not definite. So kila mtu, we could have used, maybe for example, we are having Ambassador, we're having Agnes, we're having Robert, we're having Mary, we're having, then I say kila mtu kuja hapa, which means everybody come here, or everyone. So I'm not definite. So I've replaced, instead of saying Agnes, Robert, James, Pigeon, come here, I've used the word kila mtu come here. So the word kila mtu is now the pronoun replacing the nouns here for the names Pigeon, Agnes, and the rest. So I'm replacing them by the word kila mtu. The same kila mtu, if it is for a living, you can say kila kitu, which means everything. Kila kitu. So that's the second indefinite pronoun. Kila kitu or kila mtu. The indefinite one again is hakuna mtu. It means there's no one. Hakuna mtu, no one. So you're not specific on. You're just general. Hakuna mtu. It means there's no one. You can also say hakuna kitu. It means there's nothing. There's nothing actually comes from the word there is nothing. So there is nothing, there's nothing. So those are the indefinite pronouns. Kila mtu, kila kitu, mtu, hakuna kitu. You are not very definite, but they are pronouns, they are indefinite pronouns. Then there's now reflexive pronoun. That I'll end with based on time, because we've taken some more time. We've gone an hour, we don't go an hour, we've gone an hour. So we have reflective pronouns. For example, the word nijipatie, which means I give it to myself, myself. Niji, the word niji is myself, patie is give. So for this case is I give it to myself. I use the word, I will translate it for I give it to myself. So the myself is the reflective word here. Ujipatie, the word uji, u. Ni is my, u is you, a is the third person pronoun. So there's a ni. What is very important here is the most pronoun here is the word ni, the first person pronoun here in terms of regressive. The second person pronoun is u, which is ujipatie, and the third person reflective pronoun is a. So ni, u, a, nijipatie, ujipatie, ajipatie. Remember when you are saying mimi, wewe, yeye. So mimi is nijipatie, wewe is ujipatie, and yeye is ajipatie. You cannot say yeye nijipatie. No. You not say yeye ajipatie. You say yeye. No, you not say yeye nijipatie. Let me just explain that a bit briefly. It's very important. Remember when we talked about the main pronouns, the first word was mimi. Remember that. So this was the first person pronoun. So if you link it to the reflective, you say mimi nijipatie, which means you can still do away with mimi and say nijipatie. It will still connote the same thing. That's the first person pronoun. So mimi nijipatie. This is the first person pronoun. The second person pronoun, you will say wewe ujipatie, which means you give it to yourself. This is the second person pronoun. The same time, you can either say wewe ujipatie or you just say ujipatie. The third person pronouns is yeye, and it will be yeye ajipatie, which is the third person pronoun in this case. So it will be incorrect for you to say yeye nijipatie. No, that is incorrect. This is not acceptable. This is wrong. It is yeye ajipatie or wewe ujipatie. It cannot be wewe nijipatie. No, you cannot say wewe ajipatie. No, you just only say wewe ujipatie, mimi nijipatie, and yeye ajipatie. So anytime you refer to first person pronouns, remember you use the word ni as a reflective pronoun. If you don't want to use the mimi, you just use ni. Or you'll use u for the second person pronoun in the reflective pronoun if you don't want to use the main pronoun here for the word wewe. But you cannot mix them. It's like you say, English doesn't have it clearly, so I can't use English here to try to explain it. But basically, I hope you understand the logic here, that it's always be mimi nijipatie, or wewe ujipatie, or yeye ajipatie. It can no longer be mimi ajipatie, no. I will go for the third person pronoun. So you cannot mix the first and the third person to refer the same person. That's like mixing the third person and the first person in the same sentence. So you cannot use the third person and the first person pronoun to refer to the same person. So mimi nijipatie, wewe ujipatie, yeye ajipatie. Mimi nijipatie, wewe ujipatie, yeye ajipatie. That is it for now and for today. Any question?
Yes. Now, like if I say ujipatie, is it I give something to myself or myself? If like I ujipatie something, like ujipatie food or something, or how is
Yes.
it?
Yes, when I say ujipatie, it means give it to yourself. So when you use the word ujipatie, you're telling the second person, give it to yourself. So what they wanted to bring here in terms of the explanation is yourself, the element of yourself. But here it means give it to yourself. Yourself. That's the u.
Okay. So if I want to say yourself, I just say ujipatie.
Now, when I say ujipatie, I'll always mean give it to yourself.
Okay.
Yourself is, they cannot be yourself alone as a standalone. But we'll use you, we'll say the word u to mean yourself. For example, I say, we'll always bring the pronoun with the doing word here. So I want to tell you to do something, you see? For example, I want to tell you sleep. I want to tell you the word sleep, you see? So I want to say you sleep. Are you seeing that? So let's use, for example, the word sleep. If I want to tell the second person to sleep, I'll tell the person ulale, because sleep in Swahili is lala. You see? So if it's the second person pronoun, I'll say ulale. If it is myself, I'll say nilale. If it is the third person pronouns, I say alale.
Okay.
Are you seeing now how the pronoun come in? The u, a. So instead of saying myself, I sleep. Instead of saying mimi nilale, myself, I sleep, I'll just use the word nilale. So the no will also replace the pronoun of myself.
Oh, okay.
Hope you're getting it.
Yes, I'm getting it.
Yeah, so these are types of pronouns. So you can use this as well. Instead of saying I sleep, myself, I sleep. You see, you have repeated the same pronoun here. Myself, I sleep. The myself and the I is the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'll just say I sleep, which is nilale.
Okay.
Yes. That's clear. Any question again or any concern? I'm about to bring this to an end for today. Any question? Any concern? Okay. If there's no concern or any question, I'll give it back to Brother Amuka, who I think is the moderator for today. As we bring this to an end, I'll be able to share this. I'll try to share this lesson for today to our group, the WhatsApp group, so that you can also have a copy of this and maybe you can read it for yourself. Also, I think the recording will be available for some also to review the recording. Any question, any concern? I think Sister Chula is not in. Yeah, she's not in. Ambassador Beja, I don't see. Oh, Nyango is back. Any of you can bring the meeting to an end? I'm done from my side.
Definitely, before we give Amuka the opportunity, I really want to appreciate everyone who has come on board. At least we've gotten 1 or 2, 3 words to add to our vocabulary in Kiswahili. Asanteni sana, and let us spread the word to others who might need lessons in Kiswahili. Wacha tupeleke ujumbe kwa wenzetu ambao watahitaji kujifunza Kiswahili. Our friends who would like to learn Kiswahili, just spread the word and share the link to friends, relatives, visitors, about everyone who can join the Swahili lessons, and will grow together, especially on cross-border communication. So that's my take for today. Back to you, Bwana Moderator, and even our lecturer for the day, Comrade Odimwengu. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Brother Amuka?
Thank you so much.
Okay. You are having some network problem? But it's okay. So I believe all of you have enjoyed our today lesson. Let's keep growing and let's keep building one another and let's keep learning. So see you again next Friday, and thank you for your time for today.
Hello, no song for us today?
Oh, you want me to play for you one song as you did? Thank you. Sorry, and it's good that you've reminded me that. Let me play the song.
Okay,
But I'll have to play it after the recording stops so that we don't get copyright issues.
Yes, sure.
If it goes to the recording. So, Brother Amuka, which song will you propose we play for them today in Swahili? But it must have a translation.
Sorry, my king.
No, I asked Ambassador. Ambassador had some good songs in Swahili.
Currently can't play any, but next week I will be able to have one.
Let me try to see if I can get Les Wanyika with a translation, but I'm not sure if it has a translation. But it will be very good to get them one with the translation. But anyway,
Jambo Bwana.
Which one?
Jambo Bwana by Mushrooms. Hakuna Matata.
Oh, Jambo.
Yes.
Yeah, actually it lines the word Jambo. That is very vague Swahili.
Yeah, that one can resonate with our students. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me check if I can get them the English translation. It doesn't have a true formal English translation, but for just entertainment.
Let it run.
We can just get used to the sounds so that we get used to the sounds and the pronunciation. Even without the translation, I think it's okay.
Okay. If that is the case, then I'll get you I'll go to the amigo. Amigo will be better then.
Okay.
Chunga heshima yako, mke na watoto wako nyumbani. Amigo, tabia zako zimeshakupanza, mke na watoto wamekimbia. Tulikukanya, chunga heshima yako, mke na watoto wako nyumbani. Ndiyo hazina ya maisha yako. Amigo, amigo, wakati tunakupa ushauri, uliona sisi watu fitina, twaingilia mambo yako ya ndani. Tulikukanya, chunga.
I will have to try to help you explain this lyrics because it's very educative. So sorry if I'll take you very slowly, but I'll have to explain for you these lyrics. I hope it was having English translation. I'll spend my minutes to translate this to you. Now,
tabia zako zimeshakupanza, mke na watoto wamekimbia.
Now that part says that your behavior, tabia zako zimesha kuponza. Your behaviors have already cost you. Mke na watoto wamekimbia. Your wife and your kids have already run away from you, like they've left you.
Wamekimbia. Tulikukanya, chunga heshima yako, mke na watoto wako nyumbani.
And it says tulikukanya, chunga heshima yako. We had warned you to take care of your respect. Mke na watoto wako nyumbani. Your wife and your kids are at home.
Ndiyo hazina ya maisha yako.
Now this is the almost the mistake or the value or the behavior or the cause of your behavior, and now it's becoming part of your life. Ndio hazina ya maisha yako.
This is the treasure of your life.
Yes, the pressure of your life, amigo. So there is a message being sent to a man for his misbehavior in a family.
Amigo, amigo, wakati tunakupa ushauri, uliona sisi watu fitina.
So that says that wakati tunakupa ushauri, when we were giving you some counsel or some advice, you thought we are just, what would be the right word for fitina? Yeah, it can. You can say you are malicious, or you thought that you are just trying to incite or instigate. Yes.
Uliona sisi watu fitina, twaingilia mambo yako ya ndani, na kwamba tukwache kama ulivyo.
So you saw that you are that malicious, and you feel as if you are getting into your internal affairs or your domestic issues, and that you propose that we leave you the way you are.
Sababu wewe bingwa wa maisha.
Because you think you are the champion of life.
Amigo, amigo, thamani ya mke ni mavazi.
Then they say the value of a woman, thamani ya mwanamke, the value of a woman is clothing or the clothes. To eat well and to sleep well. That's the value of a woman.
Kula vizuri, kulala vizuri, ndiyo siri ya kudumisha ndoa, mtaishi kwa raha, amigo.
So if you keep your woman clothed well, they eat well and they sleep well, that is the secret of maintaining a relationship or a marriage. You live very well in happiness, amigo.
Watoto wako wapeleke shule kwa manufaa yao ya baadaye.
So take your kids to school for their future benefit. Watoto wako wapeleke shule kwa manufaa yao ya baadaye.
Elimu ndio zawadi muhimu kwa watoto wako, amigo.
So education is the greatest gift to your kids, amigo.
Badala yake mambo yote hayo, kwa mkeo imekuwa ni ndoto.
of all those words or instead of all those issues to your wife, it's just become a dream to them, to her. So her life is just a life where she tries, like she's not sure, she's just trying. When you're doing some work, you amigo, but your wife lives just trying or living on luck. So your wife has gotten tired and at last she's run away. Now you are left just blaming your friends or you are. Your blames do not have any foundation. Just go and talk your wife to come back. So you see how educative that lyric is, Sister Agnes.
Very, very, very educative. Indeed.
Yeah, I thought that would be well.
This is so nice.
Well, the rest will be just lyrics and trying to repeat some elements of the word. So just allow the lyrics to continue playing until the end.
Thank you very much.
Very good
So
lesson.
amigo is his name, or it's also another word?
No, amigo is the name of the person he's trying to sing to. So the person is trying to speak to this song is called amigo.
Oh, so even that fitina thing is in Arabic, it's also fitina, like you want to incite problems, you know, you want to knock the heads of two people or all that thing, or talking lies around.
Yeah, fitina. You know, so it has some borrowing of Arabic as well. So fitina is from Arabic as well.
Yeah, I was happy listening to this. Oh my God, thank you.
Amigo, wewe ni rafiki yetu. Jirekebishe familia yako Amigo, be a responsible man. Kulala vizuri ndiyo siri ya kudumisha ndoa, mtaishi kwa raha amigo. Watoto wako wapeleke shule kwa manufaa yao ya baadaye. Elimu ndiyo zawadi muhimu kwa watoto wako amigo. Badala yake mambo yote hayo kwa mkeo imekuwa ni ndoto. Maisha yake ya kubahatisha na kazi unafanya amigo. Yamechoka mwisho kakimbia, umebaki kulaumu mwenzio. Lawama zako hazina msingi, embeleza mke wako rudie. Amigo, majirani na rafiki tulisha kukanya sana amigo. Heshimu mke na watoto wako, heshimu baba na mama nyumbani, na wakwe zako wape heshima, shemeji zako pia waheshimu. Tukawa sisi wabaya kwako, shauri wetu hauna amana, tukwache kama ulivyo amigo, sababu wewe ni bima wa maisha, mahari umeshalipa amigo. Mkeo huna habari naye, na leo yamekufika mambo, ubingwa wako na mke amekukimbia. Majirani na rafiki tulisha kukanya sana amigo. Heshimu mke na watoto wako, heshimu baba na mama nyumbani, na wakwe zako wape heshima, shemeji zako pia waheshimu. Tukawa sisi wabaya kwako, shauri wetu hauna amana, tukwache kama mulivyo amigo, sababu wewe ni bima wa maisha, mahali umeshaliwa amigo. Mkeo huna habari naye, na leo yamekufika mambo, ubimba wako na mke amekukimbia. Majirani na rafiki tulishakukanya sana amigo. Heshimu mke na watoto wako, heshimu baba na mama nyumbani, na wakwe zako wape heshima, shemeji zako pia waheshimu, tukawa sisi wabaya kwako. Shauri wetu hauna maana, tukwache kama ulivyo amigo, sababu wewe ni bingwa wa maisha, mahali umeshalipa amigo. Mkeo kuna habari naye, na leo yamekufika mambo, ubingwa wako na mke amekukimbia yeye.
Wow. Thank you. That was a nice bonus.
You're welcome. So I'll see you next week.